Welcome, seniors, guests, and families to the class of 2022 Convocation Ceremony. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, but to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good morning, and welcome to the Academy of Virginia Randolph. We would like to take a moment to thank our platform guests, School Board Chair representing the Fairfield District, Mr. Roscoe Cooper III, our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Makola Abdullah, and our very proud principal, Mr. Jesse Casey. Thank you also to our families, our friends, and our faculty who, while viewing virtually, are celebrating along with us to honor the class of 2022. A huge thank you also to Ms. Brown and Ms. King for the amazing job that they do every day in leading our seniors down the path towards graduation. Convocation serves as our time to officially present the class of 2022 and celebrate as they embark on their senior year of high school. Seniors, please take a moment to celebrate yourself and this accomplishment, but know that today also serves as your reminder to remain focused on your respective goals, dreams, and ambitions. Seniors, we congratulate each of you. At this time, School Board Chair, Reverend Roscoe Cooper III, will offer greetings.
To Mr. Casey and to President Abdullah and to the staff of Virginia Randolph, Academy of Virginia Randolph, and to you, the graduating senior class, I come this morning to congratulate you and to challenge you to make it to graduation on behalf of the Henrico County School Board. We are so excited to be here this morning because of your dedication, your perseverance, and your tenacity. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything derail you. But recognize that this is not the end, but this is just the beginning, and I can't wait to see you at graduation. Have a great morning.
Thank you, Reverend Cooper. At this time, please welcome Senior Class Representative Kobe Cooper to the podium to introduce our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Makola Abdullah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On February 1st, 2016, Dr. Makola Abdullah became the 14th president of Virginia State University. Under President Abdullah's leadership, VSU experienced sharp increases in freshman enrollment and was recognized as one of the nation's top 20 best colleges for African Americans by Essence magazine. President Abdullah is an academic administrator committed to excellence. He is also an internationally renowned educator recognized for outstanding research prior to coming to VSU. He held esteemed positions at Bethune-Cookman University and Florida Memorial University. President Abdullah is a Chicago native who is the youngest African American to receive a PhD in engineering. He earned his undergraduate degree from Howard University in civil engineering and his doctorate and master's degrees in civil engineering from Northwestern University. In 2017, President Abdullah was named the 2017 HBCU Male President of the Year by HBCU Digest. Please join me in welcoming President Abdullah.
Thank you so much, young man. You did a great job. You did a great job. That was fantastic. You got to stay for a second though, so I can shake your hand. You left before I can shake your hand. You got to come back. All right, cool. I got to make this work the right way. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, now I feel like I'm official. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see everybody. I am excited to be your convocation speaker this morning. One of the things, of course, that was fantastic was hearing pomp and circumstance as you come in and seeing you all in your robes, really thinking about and looking forward to graduation. And so congratulations in advance, not just on today, but on tomorrow. I want to acknowledge the stage participants again, Mr. School Board Member Roscoe Cooper, our Assistant Principal Amy Soman, and Principal Jesse Casey for having me here. I'm certainly excited to be here. I want to thank all the teachers and administrators of the Academy of Virginia Randolph for being here and doing what you do every day. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, clap. And now with that out of the way, I am well, first I got to do a brief commercial for Virginia State because I am the president of Virginia State, and so I want everybody to go to Virginia State. All right, big clap. Or even if not go, I want you to think about going. I want you to apply to Virginia State. I want you to come and visit. I want you to have a tour. I'll give you the tour myself. I want you to know that Virginia State University is open to you, wants you to come, and we believe that you can get there from Virginia State. Wherever there is, wherever you want to go, that you can get there from Virginia State. Okay, so as I was thinking about what I was going to say to you today, one of the challenges that always happens whenever you talk to young people, I think when you get old like I am, and I'm old, I'm like 175 years old. When you get old like I do, when you start telling stories of your youth, sometimes you tell them a little too well, right? I'm sure you've heard some of the stories that some of your teachers have told you, right? They'll tell you stories about how they made all the right decisions all the time, and therefore you need to make them, right? They'll tell stories as if they never made a mistake. Or if they tell a story about how they made a mistake, they tell a story about how they made a mistake, but then they quickly changed their minds and became great, and then that's all you got to do is just change the thing. And so I've always went away from telling stories of my own condition because I don't feel like I tell them well. But recently I was inspired by someone else to tell a particular story, and I hope this one goes over okay. Now this is me when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. I'm going to try to tell it without the pomp and circumstance, without the flash, and just kind of give you an idea of where I was. Trust me when I tell you, there is in fact a moral at the end, and the story ain't half bad. So I was a runner in high school. I wasn't the athlete that your principal was, but I was an athlete in high school. And when I used to run track, the 100, 200, and long jump, I was a short guy, probably about 5'3", 5 feet as a freshman, 5'3" as a sophomore, 5'4", I think, as a junior. But I was fast. I mean, let me put that in perspective. I ran for a small private school, so the people I was running against were kind of slow. So compared to them, I was really fast. So by the time I got to my junior year, I was undefeated. I was whipping everybody, and I was really excited to run in my senior year because my goal was to be in the Olympics. I always wanted to be in the Olympics. I don't know if y'all, well, you don't, because that happened before I was born, but John Carlos and Tommy Smith from the 68 Olympics, who stood up at the 68 Olympics and put one fist in the air. You've seen the picture. That picture happened in 1968. I wanted to be that. I wanted to go to the Olympics and make a political statement at the Olympics. But to do that, I had to first get there and be fast, and I was fast. So I was excited for my senior year. I grew to this height. I thought I was going to have another growth spurt, but I kind of stopped at about 5'9". But I grew to 5'9". I knew I was going to be fast. I was certainly very excited. At my high school, just to give you a little history, 3 years before, a young man who was a track star died of leukemia. Just keep that in the back of your mind, because that'll help you understand where I was. But a young man who was a track star died of leukemia. His picture was all over the walls. And so right before track season, and I'm getting ready to get it done, I can't practice anymore. For some reason, I'm too tired, right? I don't want to get out of bed. I can't make it through practice, and everybody in practice is beating me. So they said, we need to take you to the doctor and find out what's going on. And again, I'm scared to death. My mom couldn't come. It's just me and the school nurse, and we're at the doctor's office. And the doctor comes in and examines me, and examines my neck. My neck was swollen, kind of looked at me, and then left. Didn't say nothing to me. Comes back with another doctor, and that doctor stands in front of me, the other doctor stands behind him, and the other doctor examines my neck, and they both leave. And they come in with a third doctor, and the third doctor stands in front of me, the other two doctors stand behind him and examines me, and then the doctor looks at me and says, again, I'm 16 years old, and says, we're pretty sure you don't have leukemia. It's like, what? So now I think I'm dying. Again, I'm telling you the story as if I was 16, right? I think literally I must be dying. Something is wrong. What turns out I had mono. Far cry from dying. But it makes it so I can't run the season. My whole senior year, I don't get a chance to run at all. I don't get a chance to win anything. There are no track scholarships coming for me. And now I'm going off to college, and no one knows that I'm fast. Fast forward, I get to college. I'm at Howard University, and I lied to you not, the Olympic track coach worked at Howard University. He was the track coach at Howard University. And I figured I'm going to impress this man. I'm going to impress this Olympic track coach. And so they had cross-country season, so I went and I ran cross-country when he wasn't watching. I would go out and I would practice with the team when he wasn't looking, and I would disappear when he showed up because I wanted to be ready by the time I asked him, could I run on the team? So then one day I got the guts, and I went to talk to Coach Moultrie. And I went to him, and I stood in his office, and I said, sir, I want to run track for you. And he looked at me and said, boy, I don't need anybody else, and I don't have any more scholarships. I said, I don't need a scholarship. I have an academic scholarship. I just want you to try me out. Just put me on the field, coach, and see what I can do. And he said, what kind of times do you have? And I named my times. He said, boy, I got girls running those times. I said, I didn't run my senior year, and I grew like 4 inches. Like, if you give me a shot, I'm telling you, coach, I'm fast. And he looked at me with a real gruff attitude, and he had one of those notebooks that has the cardboard on the back, you know what I'm talking about? And he handed it to me, and there was a whole bunch of doodles on the back of it. Like, he was just scribbling stuff. And he handed me that notebook on the back, and he said, write your number on the back of that, and I'll get back to you. And I knew he was not going to call me, you know, and it hurt. And that was the end, the official end of my track career. I turned around and I walked away, and I had never felt so dejected. Like, everything that I wanted, I thought I wanted in life, this man just told me I wasn't going to get it. Now, the funny thing, in hindsight, as the man I am today, I would have went back to see him every day. I'd have made him actually say no. But me at 17, 18, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what to do, and so I left. And that was it. And that dream was over. All right. So what's the moral of that story? I'm still working on it. Yes, sir. Oh, you're going to answer it, my man. I do. You raise your hand. I'm going to answer. I'm going to ask you now. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, and that's one of them, right? And I think that's the one I would love to tell, right? But I'm gonna tell you one slightly different. You might like, if every detour is not a detour. Sometimes detours are directions. That wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. If I do that, I'm not here, right? And truth be told, I was fast. Oh, but I told you in the beginning, I'm not the athlete that your principal was. I wasn't that fast. Even if I had made that team, I was not going to the Olympics. I'm a little too short to make it to the Olympics, right? That dream that I had wasn't the dream that I needed. I actually needed someone to stop. More than a couple of times in this story, the universe, God, was trying to tell me that maybe this wasn't my path. I wasn't able to run my senior year. That should have been a sign to me that maybe it was time to do something else. When the coach told me that maybe I wasn't supposed to run, maybe that was a sign. I didn't see it as that then, right? But what I was supposed to do was to concentrate on what I was doing to get here. Like, that was without the simple story, right? I first, never give up, right? Never give up. But at the same time, everything that you want isn't for you. Sometimes your path to where you're going is a different path than you think you need, right? It's a different path. And a different path isn't a worse path. A different path is a different path. I can't even imagine not being here today, but if I don't concentrate on my academics at that point in my life, I'm not a university president. I don't get a chance to speak in front of all of you. And that's really what I wanted. I wanted an opportunity to make a difference, right? And so what I'm telling you is, honestly, every detour is not a detour. Every time you get off your path, that may not be your path. If you continue to move forward, there are a lot of different ways to get to where you need to get to. And you can get there. You can get there, right? And that's super important. And so I am terribly excited to be here in front of all of you today. And one of the interesting things, so epilogue time, right? Years later, I had an opportunity to do this little basketball video. Y'all might not have seen it. That went viral like a whole 6 months ago, which means none of y'all have probably seen it. But what it means now is I get a chance to actually, I was actually on SportsCenter for 5 minutes, right? And so the ability now to be able to impact another generation through sports or through communicating is something that I actually get a chance to do. And so it's almost like I'm able to live a life that I wanted, even if at the time I didn't know. So what I'm trying to tell you today is this. You, as young people, you have a lot of opportunities in front of you. And sometimes you will meet things that will look like defeat. You will find things will happen in your life that will take you on a different path that you will feel like, man, I don't know if I can ever come back from this. But sometimes going along that path, taking a different road to where you want to get to, is in fact the exact thing that you need to get to where you're going to get to. Because you are all going to be somebody. You're all going to be someone great. And it's those trials and tribulations, it's the different path that actually gives you a chance to have the story to explain to other people how you can be better. And there you go. That's all I got. Is that okay? All right, they good. Thank you. He claps. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look, I am rooting for you. I am cheering for you. Part of your path, I hope, takes you to Virginia State University. And so please look forward in your career. Look for the things that you want to do. And I'm excited to see all of the success that you will have in the future. Thank you all so much.
All right, it's my turn. But before we do that, I want to also thank Dr. Abdullah on behalf of the campus of Virginia Randolph. So we're going to make sure that he leaves here with some swag. So we got a bag for you, Dr. Abdullah. If it's not the right size, I'll get it straight.
That's all right. I like mediums.
All right, we'll work on that. Also, let me take this off. Want to thank Reverend Cooper for being here. Want to thank the TV services from Henrico County making this possible for our parents to see at home. I don't want to say a lot today because my special day is graduation. And I make graduation a big deal. And it's probably my most favorite part of what we do at Virginia Randolph. We have the best graduation in Henrico County. So I want to make sure that everybody sitting here is there. And one thing I want you to think about is there's something that's missing right now in your outfit. What's missing? The cap. The cap. So I just thought of this just now. You need to earn the cap. So convocation is just a celebration of the beginning of your last year, but it's not the milestone, right? The goal is getting across the stage. And in order to get across the stage, you got to earn the what? Cap. So we're going to earn the cap. Now, like I've said many times before, we have laid the foundation for you. Ms. Brown and Ms. King have done a great job. Your teachers, your administration, you know the path that lays before you. But you have to put one foot in front of the other. And we'll be here to push you. We'll be here to pull you. But you have to go on your own 2 feet. So let's celebrate today. But remember, we got a lot of work to do. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? So earn the cap. I want to make sure y'all understand this is the day that I get to tell you when graduation is. So parents who are watching, graduation, Wednesday, June 8th. Wednesday, June 8th. 7 p.m., location to be determined. We'll let you know. But definitely, June 8th, everyone will be there. All right? So at this time, Ms. Brown and Ms. King are going to lead us out, and y'all get to go to the cafeteria and celebrate. All right? So wait for their lead.